Hello all. So I Alok Sethi welcome you to this day 2 of Excel Challenge, 21 days Excel Challenge. And I'm happy to see you again here. So yesterday we started on 1st November this 21 days challenge, and yesterday we covered count function. Okay. So I had uploaded that video on my channel. If you have not seen that video, click on this icon and you will get the link to go to the first video. I would recommend that you watch the day 1 first and then continue watching this day 2. So friends, today we are going to see some functions. We are going to see sum function family, and I'm going to discuss how you can use the sum functions to do various calculations in Excel. So let's directly go into the sheet and see how to use the sum function. So now my sheet will be visible to you, and this is the sheet that I'm going to use for today's session. And today you are going to learn about sum family. So guys, when we talk about sum function, basically there are four sum functions which are very important. There are four sum functions which are very important. Number one is sum, then you have SUMIF, then you have SUMIFS, and then you have SUMPRODUCT. Sum is the most used function in Excel, and it's the first function which is taught in any classes or any tutorial you do. Sum function is very common functions and you must have used it many times. But today I'm going to teach you something new in the sum function also, and how to apply any function in Excel sheet. Okay, so first let us start with knowing about these different functions, and then we will go inside with the data and do some calculations, and then I will share you what task you need to perform today. So first is sum function. So the syntax is sum, the number 1, number 2, number 3. So you have to select multiple numbers, and the sum function will simply take a total of the functions of the numbers. So add all the numbers in the range of the cells. So you have to give a range of cells and it will add up all the numbers in the range. So sum function क्या करेगा? Sum function सारे नंबर जो पूरी रेंज में है जो आप सेलेक्ट करते हैं उन सबका एक टोटल लेके आ जाएगा. Next function is SUMIF. If, whenever we hear the word if, it means there is a condition, there is a criteria. So whenever we are using SUMIF, that means do the summation only if this condition is met. So it says that it adds the cell specified by a given condition or criteria. So whenever there is a condition or criteria and you have to add only selected cells in a range, you will use what? You will use SUMIF. The syntax is SUMIF, first range, then criteria, and then sum range. Now what is range? Range means that column which has that cell that you're looking for to total. For example, we have 4 products A, B, C, D, and there are different sales done for A, B, C, D on different dates. I want to find out what is the total sales of product A only. So the column which will have all the product listed will be called as a range. And what will be the criteria then? Criteria will be the product A. And what will be sum range? Sum range will be that column which has the sales quantity. So I have to input 3 variables. One is the sum range. One is the range, that is the product list. Second, the criteria, that is the product name, that is A in our case of example. And third, the sales column which has the quantity to be totaled. तो SUMIF क्या करता है? SUMIF एक ऐसा फंक्शन है जो कि आपको एक कंडीशन के बेसिस पर टोटल लगा के देगा. मान लीजिए हमारे पास 4 प्रोडक्ट हैं A, B, C, D, और हम एक प्रोडक्ट A का टोटल सेल्स निकालना चाहते हैं. तो हम चारों प्रोडक्ट में से सिर्फ A का टोटल निकालना चाहते हैं. हम यूज करेंगे SUMIF, और SUMIF में हम 3 वेरिएबल देंगे. पहला है रेंज. रेंज का मतलब वो कॉलम जिसके अंदर सारे प्रोडक्ट के नाम आ रहे हैं. उसके बाद आएगा क्राइटेरिया. क्राइटेरिया का मतलब वो वाला प्रोडक्ट जो आप टोटल करना चाहते हैं. तो ए आप टाइप भी कर सकते हैं, आप उस सेल में से सिलेक्ट कर सकते हैं. और तीसरा कॉलम वो होगा जिसका हमें टोटल लगाना है. आई होप यहां तक सब कुछ क्लियर होगा. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. तो जैसे हमने सीखा था काउंट, काउंटिफ, काउंट इफ्स, उसी पैटर्न पे चल रहा है सम, समिफ और सम इफ्स. सम इफ्स, इफ्स means plural. That means whenever there is more than one condition, wherever there is more than one condition, we can use what? Sum ifs. Because sum if may, there is a limitation that you can use only one condition. Now, suppose I have product and have dates. So I want to find out that product A was sold on this particular date. How many times? What are the total number of units sold for product A for this particular month? Then you have to use two conditions. There are two criteria now. What are the two criteria? One is the product and second one is month. In that case, we cannot use sum if. We have to use sum ifs. So what it will do, it will add the cells specified by a given conditions or criteria. So more than one condition, always sum ifs. So what is the syntax? Syntax is sum range. Sum ifs, sum range, criteria range 1, criteria 1, criteria range 2, criteria 2. So remember, my friends, that in sum if, first we have to put range, criteria and sum range. But in sum ifs, first we have to put sum range, pehla sum range, then criteria 1, range 1, then criteria 1, then criteria range 2 and criteria 2, and so on and so forth. There can be how many criteria you can put, howsoever criteria you have, you can put it there. Now, तो सम इफ क्या करता है? सम इफ्स जो है वो एक से ज्यादा कंडीशन पे काम में आएगा जब भी डेटा में हमारे को दो फिल्टर लगाने, मान लीजिए प्रोडक्ट भी है और मंथ भी है। ए प्रोडक्ट जो है वो अप्रैल मई जून सब जगह बिका है, लेकिन हम चाहते हैं कि अप्रैल में कितना बिका है, और प्रोडक्ट ए, तो मंथ में आपको अप्रैल ढूंढना है और प्रोडक्ट में से ए ढूंढना है और उसका टोटल सेल्स का टोटल लगाना है। इस कंडीशन में आपको यूज करना पड़ेगा सम इफ्स। समझ में आ रहा होगा? चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं और आखिरी फॉर्मूले पे पहुंचते हैं। नाउ लेट अस कम टू द लास्ट वन इन द फैमिली, दैट इज सम प्रोडक्ट। प्रोडक्ट मींस मल्टीप्लिकेशन। So whenever you want to multiply two columns, you can use the formula product in Excel. And what if we use sum product? That means the multiplication of two columns and then taking the total of that multiplication. That is called as sum product. For example, I have product, I have quantity sold, and I have the rate per unit. Now from the quantity sold, I want to find out the amount that I've received by selling those quantity. So amount is not mentioned, but I want to find out. So I will use sum product to calculate the total amount received by selling a number of units at a certain particular price. So what will be the syntax? Syntax will be sum product array 1, comma array 2, comma array 3. Now, sir, we were using range. Now, what is this array? Array means nothing. Array is similar to range. So when you say array, that means that you have to select the entire column which has the quantity. So first we have to select the quantity column, then we'll put a comma, then we'll select the rate column. So it will take the quantity and the rate and it will multiply, and we'll have the product, and after the product is done for all the rows, then that product will be added together to get the summation. So it is called as sum product. I hope you are understanding it. So now sum product क्या होता है? सम प्रोडक्ट का मतलब होता है मल्टीप्लिकेशन का मतलब होता है कि दो नंबर को गुणा करना। तो हमारे पास है, मान लीजिए, प्रोडक्ट की क्वांटिटी और हमारे पास है प्रोडक्ट का प्राइस, और हम प्रोडक्ट की क्वांटिटी से प्राइस मल्टीप्लाई करके निकालना चाहते हैं अमाउंट। तो इस केस में हम यूज कर सकते हैं प्रोडक्ट, लेकिन आपको हर एक रो का अलग अलग प्रोडक्ट मिलेगा। हमें चाहिए कि उस प्रोडक्ट का टोटल भी आ जाए, तो आप यूज करेंगे साथ में सम प्रोडक्ट। So now I have showed you the theory, the logic behind all these functions. Now let us come to the practical part of it. So now I travel to my data sheet, and this is the same data that you have used for the count function, but I've done little changes in it. So in the count, it was date over here, but now it is rate over here. Okay, so date has been put as rate. Okay, so let's see the questions over here on the right hand side and let's try to solve them. So the first thing is, it is asking us total units sold. Very simple. We want to find out the total of units sold. Now units sold is in column F. Units sold is in column F. So I will write down is equal to sum and open the bracket. Now I will go to the column F. I will select the first cell in the range, and then I will press Control, Shift, and down arrow, and it takes me to that cell which is a non-empty cell, and it stops at the empty cell, and then I have to go down, 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 down like that. And then there are some empty cells in this range. That is why I have to press the down arrow multiple times, and then I reach to the end of this series. Okay, so I know that it is F11 to F304 is the last number. I select, and now I get a total 10,79,600. 10,79,600. Now I will show you a trick here. I will show you a trick here. So pay attention to this section specifically. बहुत ध्यान से सुनना है. एक बहुत मजेदार ट्रिक बताने वाला हूं, और वो हर फंक्शन में हर जगह काम में आएगी. इट इज अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग ट्रिक दैट यू कैन यूज एवरीवेयर. चलिए, what is this trick? So now what you have to do is you have to select this entire table. You have to select this entire table and press Ctrl A. Select the headings and press Ctrl A. Okay, so from here, I will select this table and I will go to the last of the table. So the entire table is selected. You can see all the columns are selected, including the headings. Now what you need to do is you need to press Control Shift F3. Control Shift F3. If your function key is activated, you might need to press F function key also. So again, I repeat, Control Shift F3 with function key. So now I'm pressing Control Shift function key and F3. Control Shift and F3. Then what happens is you get an option to create names from selection. We get an option to create names from selection. Now what you do is you just select top row. Create name from the values in the top row and click on OK. Sir, can you repeat, please? Yes. But let me show you what has happened. Now I go to formulas and I go to name manager. What do you see, guys? So we have month, part, rate per unit, sales unit, salesman, and year. So we have all these names. The sales is repeating multiple times. We will delete it for one time. Okay. Yes, I want to delete this name range, and all the rest are different. Even yes. And so I don't want any sales over here. So I will just delete this sales also. Okay. I just want sales unit. So I've put month, part, rate per unit, salesman, and year. So what it will do, let me tell you. Now see, what I have done is I have selected the entire data, Control A, this table basically, which has all the data. And I had pressed Control Shift F3. So what it will do is it will create a name range for all these columns. So what is the use? Let me tell you. Okay. तो हमने क्या किया, एक नेम रेंज बनाई है, सारा सिलेक्ट करके, पूरा डेटा सिलेक्ट करके आपको शिफ्ट कंट्रोल और F3 प्रेस करना है और टॉप रो पे टिक करना है, बाकी सब हटा देना, ओके प्रेस करना है. उसके बाद क्या होगा बताता हूं. So what you have to do is here, when we are writing a sum formula, we will write the sum formula. Instead of selecting the column manually, which was giving us trouble, what we'll do, we will type in sales. And dear friends, do you see sale underscore units coming? Now you press a tab key and you close the bracket and press enter, and hooray, we got the answer like this. We got the answer like this. We got the answer like this. So please repeat what you did. Let me repeat it. So is equal to sum, and I did not do anything. I just wrote sales. And when I wrote sales, you see two options. What options we see? So we get sales underscore unit and salesman. So I will select this. How to select this? You have to press a tab key and these will be selected, and we'll close the bracket, and now we get the answer. So what happened? We saved time by not selecting the column manually. Are you getting it, my friends? Now let us come to SUMIFs. SUMIF, it is asking us total units sold of LED. Now I just want the total units of LED. The total units overall is 10,79,600, but I want to find out how many units of LED has been sold. So what I will do is I will write down sum if and go to, now I want again which column I want. Now I want to find out the total units sold of LED only. So LED is in parts column and sales unit is in sales unit column. So I am using what? SUMIF. Let me zoom in so that you can see it properly. So now it is asking for three things. Now it is range, criteria and sum range. So in the range, what we need to do now, earlier we were going to that table and selecting that particular column, but we don't have to do it now. So what we need to do now, we just need to type parts. Oh, is it? Yes. We just need to type parts, comma. Then we will type LED. We will write down LED. Okay. So, but it inverted commas. Do remember not to forget the inverted commas. And then sum range. So what sum we want? We want sales ka unit ka sum. So we will say sales unit and we'll close the bracket and here we go. So it is 2,10,600. Okay, 2,10,600. This is the total units of LED which is sold. You want to check? You want to check? Let's check it. Let's check it. So Control Shift L is the filter, shortcut key for filter. We have applied filter. In the parts, I will select only LED. I will go to OK. And now it is showing me only LED which has been sold. What I will do is, I will select this column. Okay, I'll go to the top of this column. Let us reach to the top. And from here it is starting. Now I will select the entire units till the end. Okay. So because there are gaps in between, it is giving us some trouble. But yes, now do you see, my friends, on the bottom side, you will see this total, which is coming to, just a minute. So I will again select the sales column and here you will see the total. So you will see the total over here, which is 2,10,000 and 2,10,000 and 600. It should be okay. So I have to select the entire cell till the top. So you can verify your answers also. You can verify, and it is 2,10,600. Great. 2,10,600. Now let us move to the next function. आगे चलते हैं. Let us move to the next function. And the next function is SUMIFS. What I told you about SUMIF, whenever there are more than one condition, we have to use SUMIFS. So in the next case, it is asking us total units sold by Alan in October. Now there are two conditions. One is Alan. Alan is a salesman and October is a month. Now let us put this SUMIFS. Now again, I will do the same thing. What I will do is, first it is asking me sum range. I told you in SUMIFS, first we need to give sum range. Sum range means that column which you want to add. So I want to find out the sales units ka total, comma, criteria range 1. Criteria range 1 means I want to find out LS in the salesman column. So I will select salesman. See how it is, how easy it has become. We don't have to look at the table. We have to just see the column name. Okay. We have to type the column name actually. And then I want what? I want LS or Alan. So I want Alan. So I will type Alan, comma. And criteria range 2. What is the next criteria? Month. So I'll just type in month. Now see, remember, month is a function also. So fx, wherever you see fx, it is a function. You don't have to insert that one. Second is a table. You will insert that one, comma. And then which month you want? October. So we will write down October. But remember, my friends, you have to write in the same manner it is written here. So O is capital and rest is small. So don't write everything in capital. You will not get any answer. You will get a 0. Okay. Don't do that. So October and then press enter. So 1,200 is the answer we are getting. You can check it. Okay. I will not check. You can apply filter and check on your own. Okay. I'm confident the answer is right. तो SUMIFS कैसे लगाया दोस्तों? हमने SUMIFS के लिए SUMIF लिखा, यूनिट सोल्ड पहले लिया, यूनिट्स का कॉलम पहले सिलेक्ट करा, फिर हमने सेल्समैन वाला कॉलम सेलेक्ट करा और सेल्समैन में हमने कौन सा नाम सेलेक्ट करा है, एलन, और मंथ में फिर हमने सिलेक्ट करा है अक्टूबर। हमेशा याद रखिए कि SUMIFS में पहले वो कॉलम आएगा जिसका टोटल लगाना है, फिर वो पहला कॉलम का क्राइटेरिया आएगा, उस कॉलम में से क्या क्राइटेरिया सेलेक्ट करें वो आएगा, फिर दूसरा कॉलम आएगा, दूसरे कॉलम का क्राइटेरिया आएगा। और इसी तरीके से हमारे आज के 3 फंक्शन पूरे हुए, आखिरी फंक्शन की ओर हम बढ़ रहे हैं। So we have reached the last function of the day, and the last function is sum product. Sum product. Sum product. 3 बार क्यों ऐसी? Total sales in amount in lakhs. Total sales in amount in lakhs. So I want to find out total sales, but I do not see any column in total sales. I don't want to add any column also. I need not add any columns. So what? How can we do this? Without multiplying sales per unit, sales units and into rate, how we'll get? We will get using some product. Let us see. Some product. Some product and array 1. So array 1, what should we select in the array 1? We will select sales units. So we will say sales units, comma, array 2, rate per unit, rate per unit. So rate is a function, select the rate per unit wala option and then close the bracket, and we want, remember, amount in lakhs. So this will give the bada sa number, it will give a bigger number. So we'll divide it by 1 lakh. So divide by 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and press enter. Here you go. So 1 lakh, 177 lakhs, okay, is the answer. Okay, so 177 lakhs, or you can say 1.77 crores also is the sum product. It's the total sales of all these products. So with this we end up our explanation for the sum family. कैसा लगा दोस्तों आपको sum function? बताइएगा जरूर। अब आगे बढ़ते हैं और टास्क समझते हैं। इससे पहले अगर आपने चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो कर लो यार, और मुझे पता है कि आपने कर रखा है, लेकिन फिर भी एक बार कहना बनता है। और अगर ये वीडियो अच्छा लग रहा हो और ये सीरीज अच्छी लग रही हो तो इसको शेयर करना और लाइक करना और कमेंट करके बताना, बिकॉज आई वुड लाइक टू लव टू रीड योर कमेंट्स। थैंक यू। नाउ व्हाट यू हैव टू डू, अब आपको क्या करना है, देयर आर 5 क्वेश्चंस हियर, देयर आर 5 क्वेश्चंस हियर, यू हैव टू टेस्ट योर नॉलेज। जो अभी मैंने सिखाया कितना समझ में आया आपको चेक करना है। सो आई विल जस्ट रीड आउट द क्वेश्चंस एंड यू विल हैव टू डू इट। ओके, सो द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज total units sold in the month of January. Now total units sold means you don't have to count, you have to take the total of units sold in the month of January. So there are different months, you have to find out how many units are sold in the month of January. Second question, total units sold at the rate of 21 rupees per unit. Okay, so rate per unit column is there, you have to find out how many total number of units have been sold at 21 rupees. So this is the 21 rupees rate. You have to find out how many units are sold at this particular rate, total number of units. Okay, total of units. Third question, total units sold of LED, total units sold of LED by Jeep in August. So there are 3 conditions, my friend. You know what formula to use. Okay, so don't do mistake. Earlier there was only one condition, that is rate. Usse upar bhi there was only one condition. Now there are 3 conditions, and now we will make it more tougher. The fourth one is number of units sold of processor by Mike in December 2022. So there are 4 conditions, 4 conditions. And the last one, total amount of sales in rupees by Alan. Oh, what is this? This is something which will require your brain. So total number of some amount, in amount I want, I don't want units now, I want total amount of sales made by Alan. So now guys, go and open this Excel, download the file from the description and start working and upload it using the link given in the challenge in the description, and complete the challenge and share it in the. So this was the challenge, explanation for the challenge. I hope you will complete it and do all the other tasks. That means you upload the video, you upload the file, and then tag us on Instagram with your screenshot. participate in the LinkedIn poll and join our live session on YouTube or Zoom at 10 o'clock. Okay, see you there. Bye.